can you, like, kind of practically, can you tell us, what is the definition of addiction and how does denial and dissociation work into addiction?
Oh, yeah, you've read the book. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm
uh,
actually going to ask you about what's in here.
that's great. Yeah. So I'll give the technical, boring definition of addiction, then I'll give like the practical one. Right. So the technical definition is a pathological relationship with a mood altering substance or behavior that, in spite of negative consequences, I keep doing. Right. So it's something that makes me sick, whether I take it in or act it out. Right. That I do this thing. Uh, for relief seeking purposes, right? And then over time, that thing ends up controlling me and ultimately will kill me if I don't stop doing it, right? And so, uh, kind of the common definition of addiction is there's this thing that I don't want to do that I keep doing, and I don't know why I keep doing it, no matter how hard I try to stop doing it. You know, whether that's uh, food issues, drug and alcohol issues, gambling issues, sex issues, phone addiction issues, workaholism issues, codependency issues, which is the core of what a lot of this stuff is, right? And so we kind of argue that everybody's an addict, you know, and so you're either an addict in recovery or you're an addict in denial, right? And so addiction functions on denial because it starts early, but for most of us it starts early in our lives with the commitment. I can't see, I can't feel, I can't speak, I can't act. Like, in order to be part of a family system, for a lot of us, or even a cultural system, we have to deny what we see, deny what we feel about what we see, deny what we think about what we see, deny what we want to do about what we see, in order just to get along, right? And when and we will do that, every human being will do that in order to belong and matter, right? That's exhausting, though, over time, right? So that denial of our own internal experiences and our denial of what's harming us externally, we've that's so exhausting and damaging. We have to have a coping mechanism, and so we turn to things that work for us uniquely. You know, some of us like drugs and alcohol, some of us like performance, some of us like people management, and we turn to those things, and those things become so effective at making us feel relief that we do them more and more until they end up killing us or trying to kill us, you know. And so that the power of denial, and then the power of dissociation, which is like denial's the two-headed dog of Cervantes, you know, from Greek mythology. They're kind of, you know, twins of the same being, right? So dissociation is not even knowing about what's going on, like checking myself out, not being aware, staying unconscious, you know. And but humans, the heart of the human being is to not be in denial, and it's not to dissociate. So we always come back home, usually when we put our head on the pillow late at night, or the first thing we think of when we wake up in the morning, you know. um
Wow. And to
yeah.
be totally transparent, as I was reading this book and the bits you guys shared about how it can really start in childhood, it made me realize, like, I struggled with alcohol all through my 20s, but I was like, that started way before, actually, because I remember binge eating as a kid and hiding food in my room or just numbing out on TV. I was like, oh my gosh, that was very eye-opening for me to read that
Yeah,
part of the book.
and helpful and necessary for you as a child to get through childhood,
Yeah,
right?
it was. Yeah, it was my comfort.
Yeah, yeah. I was talking with a person last week or 2 weeks ago who's coming to be aware of his need for help. Right, he's in
Wow.
the like, I'm starting to see my life's unmanageable. Could it be this thing I do is part of that process? You
Ah,
know, all right. I
interesting.
was like, yeah, I think it is. You know, I think, yeah, you've hit the nail on the head, you know. And what I said to him was, as we started tracing the history of this behavior in his life, that's become devastating to him.
Yeah.
You know, he got referred to me because he was going to lose his job if he didn't get help. Right. So, uh, and thank goodness is the people that he works with believe in him so much, they wanted him to get help before they just fired him. Like, that's so rare and kind, you know. Uh,
Yeah.
but as we started tracing back the etymology of like this addiction that he's in, right?
Mhm.
You could see that it was like it saved his life. you know, like it saved his life before it started taking his life. It saved his life. And,
Interesting.
you know, I, yeah, I discovered alcohol when I was 14 years old, and it was better than binge watching TV.
Yeah.
It worked more quickly, you know.
Yeah.
um, I had trouble getting it, but it worked more quickly.